welcome to the Christmas edition of The Short Circuit. For this special edition, we're going over the top 10 coolest nominations that the Oscars never did. Staying within the last 25 years, we're taking a look at performances that moviegoers loved but the Academy wasn't bold enough to nominate. Let's dive in. At number 10, Michelle Pfeiffer in Batman Returns. The sultry actress who's found love from the Academy before has continued to deliver consistently over her long career, including in Darren Aronofsky's Mother earlier this year. It's Pfeiffer's sexy and villainous turn as Catwoman that caught moviegoers' attention and landed herself as one of the superhero genre's most infamous roles. While Batman Returns found love from the Academy in visual effects and makeup, it proved far too difficult for Pfeiffer to slip into supporting actress lineup. Considering Marissa Tomei won that year for My Cousin Vinny, we can't be too mad, right? At number 9, Scarlett Johansson in Her. You can get by in Hollywood on your looks partnered with talent, but what ScarJo showed the world in Spike Jonze's Her is that you can get by with just your voice.
Hello, I'm here.
While the talented actress of the Marvel movies has shown her range in such films like Lost in Translation and Girl with a Pearl Earring, she entered new heights when she embodied an operating system with a heart of gold. While the film was embraced heavily by the Academy, winning an Oscar for original screenplay, one of the bigger questions of the year was going to be if the Academy could look past the voice. In the end, they looked elsewhere. Samantha watched the ceremony on her monitor. At number 8, Brittany Murphy in Clueless. Untimely celebrity deaths are sad, but what makes them worse is never having an opportunity to make up for past indiscretions. Though we lost the Georgia-born actress in 2009 at the age of 32, movie fans remember her fondly for lovable Ty singing the Mentos theme song and her supermodel makeover in Amy Heckerling's classic, Clueless. Probably the longest of long shots in 1995 to join the ranks of nominees Kate Winslet for Sense and Sensibility and winner Mira Sorvino for Mighty Aphrodite, is it hard to consider a teen comedy awards-worthy in today's film climate? We think not. At number 7, Nathan Lane in The Birdcage. Funny comes in different colors, and no color is brighter than Nathan Lane's Golden Globe-nominated turn as the feisty Albert Goldman in Mike Nichols' classic comedy. While the Academy has had trouble embracing comedies as a whole, The Birdcage is probably one of the closest things we had to a big success within the genre in the 90s. Nominated for art direction by the Academy, it also was nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Picture, Comedy or Musical, and won the SAG Ensemble Award. At both ceremonies, Lane was also nominated and probably just came up short. While Lane continues to shine on TV, film, and Broadway, we'll always remember him piercing the toast.
Straight. I pierced the toast!
At number 6, Christian Bale in American Psycho. While Christian Bale found his love with the Academy for The Fighter and continues to find himself in the running, including this year for Scott Cooper's Hostiles, Bale's big breakout into the mainstream was as darkly mannered, musically inclined Patrick Bateman in Mary Herron's American Psycho. As a film that falls just short of its satirical source material, Bale holds his own as the creepy Wall Street executive who gives Jared Leto and film lovers a newfound appreciation for Huey Lewis, Phil Collins, and Whitney Houston. While the Oscars passed him over, it's a good thing Awards Circuit exists to give the Awards Circuit Community Awards, where he beat out Tom Hanks and Russell Crowe in the Best Actor race. You're welcome. At number 5, Ryan Gosling in Drive. As Ryan Gosling is among the youngest ever nominated in the Best Actor category for Half Nelson in 2006, it took the actor 11 years to come back for his work in La La Land. In between, the Academy had ample opportunity to recognize him, but no other role seemed worthier than his unnamed man in Nicholas Winding Refn's Drive. Grim and violent, Drive was a mainstream choice on the awards circuit that only landed a Soul Sound nomination. It could be a case of splitting votes with his other works in The Ides of March or Crazy Stupid Love in the same year, as Gosling couldn't muster enough support, despite an elevator scene that's both romantic and gruesome simultaneously. It's hard to be a man of few words. At number 4, Logan Lerman, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Another coming-of-age story that honestly can include all of its stars, including Ezra Miller and Emma Watson, but it's the leading man embedded within Logan Lerman's heartbreaking portrayal that lands him on the list. As the introverted Charlie, Lerman portrays laughs and tears brilliantly in Steven Chbosky's adaptation. And though the film performed fairly well during the awards season, with WGA and Critics' Choice nominations, the film came up empty in the end, including the dynamic work of Lerman, who was thrust into one of the most competitive lead actor races in recent Oscar history. Maybe next time?
Careful.
At number 3, Jim Carrey in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. You can list Jim Carrey about 4 times on this list and be right at every rank. The Truman Show, Man on the Moon, and Liar Liar were all worth a nod or two during his peak. But it was his sensitive turn as Joel, a man trying to evade his memory eraser in Michel Gondry's Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, that hurts the most. While the film got Charlie Kaufman his long overdue Oscar in original screenplay and landed Kate Winslet her 4th Oscar nomination, an early release date and short-term memory may be to blame on why Carrey could only pull out nominations at the Globes and BAFTA. And while his documentary Jim and Andy has lovers out there, his film choices as of late don't provide much hope that he'll get his due. At number 2, Cameron Diaz in There's Something About Mary. Deemed by MTV as one of the funniest films of all time, Cameron Diaz snagged her fair share of accolades as the beautiful, funny, and just overall perfect human being Mary in the Farrelly Brothers comedy. Diaz picked up prizes from the New York Film Critics and a nod from the Globes, but it was hard to believe that the Oscars were ready to reward a film in which a woman grabbed some hair gel from her date's ear. Nonetheless, with history fondly remembering her and the film becoming a classic among many, Diaz's gift to us will long be remembered. Before we reveal our number 1, let's see some performances that just missed the cut.
You don't have a problem with the fact that they didn't ask her?
When you can make something that lasts forever. Greeting cards.
Yeah, of girl. What's your type of girl? You know what? Don't even answer that. Oh.
And coming in at number 1 is Andy Serkis in The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. This one was hard. Honestly, you can just check off his name for the entire Lord of the Rings franchise. Or you can fast forward a couple years to his turn as King Kong, or Caesar in Planet of the Apes. But Serkis' horrifying turn as Gollum in Peter Jackson's highly successful trilogy put motion capture on the map and began a much bigger conversation that continues today about how the art is interpreted. From talking lovingly about his precious, or just biting some fingers off, Serkis' performance is one of cinema's most riveting turns and sits as the coolest thing that the Oscars just didn't recognize. Maybe they're rewatching War for the Planet of the Apes and feeling in the mood? That's it for this special edition of The Short Circuit. Got an idea for a top 10? Want to see more best or worst lists? Submit your ideas in the comments below, and make sure to visit awardcircuit.com for your latest Oscar predictions, news, and film and television reviews. Our weekly podcast Circuit Breaker releases new episodes every Monday and can be found on awardcircuit.com as well as iTunes and Stitcher. Be sure to like this video if you'd like to see more of these circuits, and be sure to hit that subscribe button below. In the meantime, we'll see you at the movies!